Niko katika ikulu ya Portland, mita 300 mkabala na ghuba la Edeni, mahala ambapo shughuli zote za waramia hutendeka. Je, rais wa Portland hutumia mbinu ipi kupambana na maharamia hawa?
And that is the reason why so many of you have waited up until this very moment. Never has one man done so much to change the lives of so many. He's only 32 years old, but the kind of work he does and the kinds of dangers he goes into, putting his life on the line to get to the truth. He has exposed criminals, conmen, corrupt officials, and even con pastors, like he did recently with that Kanyari expose. He is fearless, he is gutsy, he is a journalist's journalist. Mohamed Ali has single-handedly changed the way Kenyans, Africans, diasporans view television. And he goes out there giving his heart to every story he does. Listen up. It's the show you've been waiting for. We appreciate the tweets that have been coming in all day, coming in thick and fast, and they still are. Fire extinguisher, check. Sonko rescue team, check. Recce squad, check. Moha is in the house. His Twitter handle, @Mohamed Ali Jicho Pevu. Mine, @Koinange Jeff. Let us use this hashtag simply, Jicho Pevu. My man.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yep, don't be surprised. God is there.
And that's the bottom line. You really, really believe in God so much that when you do a piece like the one you did right there in Somalia, uniform, 8K47, the whole setup, you don't fear?
Well, if you fear a human being, then you'll not live long. But if you fear God, I always believe that there are two things that drive me: God above me and Mohamed Ali down here. I don't care about the rest.
You don't?
I don't care.
So you don't care about the criticism?
I don't care. It builds me. It makes me strong.
When they call you an Al-Shabaab sympathizer, Moha, what do you say?
There's a lot of things that have been going on. The issue of being called Al-Shabaab sympathizer came after the Westgate expose. But I don't blame them. It's the system. These are the people who want to worship men, who want to be God. They are going to be given money and do everything they want to tarnish my good name. But I don't care, as long as I know that I'm not an Al-Shabaab sympathizer. First of all, before I go on, I would like first of all to thank the Almighty God. Second is that I would like to thank my team, my brother from another mother, John Alan Namu, our great producer, our great producer, Kasim Mohammed, the man who is behind all these great pictures, Sam Munia, we call him Guru. So it's a team, we work as a team, and I want to thank them. I'm thanking them on their behalf at the bench.
What a team player. Thank you very much, Moha. Okay, real quick, how close have you come to death?
How close have I come to death? That's a tricky one. I can just talk about the fear and the dangers that we go through, but coming close to death, when God's wanted, it will happen.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Ikilipuka
italipuka. I'm just going to talk about the fears and the dangers that we go through when we are doing these exposes.
Yeah, because people don't understand. People see the complete package, the finished package. It looks nice and sanitized. But you guys, you go through hell to get those stories on air.
Yeah, and it takes us time getting a story, the facts, everything, making sure that these stories are credible. And, you know, we don't want to defame anybody. We just want to present facts. So it takes a lot of time. Sometimes you miss your family for so long, you're outside for so long. You know whatever you're doing is dangerous. It will harm your family, or it will harm you in person. It will make people brand you or give you names. Like now, I'm an Al-Shabaab sympathizer. By the way, I've grown now. I'm a recruiter now. I'm training guys.
Now you're training.
I'm training guys.
Are you serious?
I'm training guys.
Do you fear for your lives? Because when people talk about that on social media and they propagate it and they keep pushing it, do you fear that when you're walking the street, someone might pop you, for instance?
I don't fear, because I believe what I'm doing is something good for the nation. We are trying to assist. This is a God-given talent. And if God has given me that talent, I'm going to use it to make sure that there is no first-class and second-class citizen in this country. Everybody is equal in the eyes of the Lord. Those who feel that they are more superior than others are the problem. And those are the one who will always use these spanner boys, the digital spanner boys, to spoil people's name. The other time, a Nairobi Star website was hacked. It wasn't hacked by foreigners, it was hacked by the spanner boys who are roaming around the town. Some of them are not even confirmed. I don't know. Nobody pays them, just a mouthpiece. And they couldn't get it right when they were typing. You know, if a Muslim is typing, you'll say Allahu Akbar. Yeah. But that guy was saying Al Akbar. So it shows you clearly that he's a Kenyan who was doing that thing and trying to portray me as a bad person. Why are they doing this? It's simple, because one, I'm not ready to sit with them and take the same coffee while Kenyans are dying. Two, they have tried to bribe me and I've refused. So if you have all these options of bribing, talking to somebody, you know, business deals or whatever, and it doesn't work, you go to the last option. Give a dog a bad name and kill it.
That's it.
And that's where they are now.
What's the most they've tried to bribe you with, Moha?
Millions of money. Millions of money.
Serious?
Yeah, millions of money.
They call you and they say, Moha, chukua hii.
Yeah, they'll call you, they'll pretend that they want to talk to you. Others are very funny. They'll just tell you on spot, like, you know what, hii Kenya, kila mtu anatumia akili. So, we kula hesabu yako ukae mbele.
Just like that?
Just like that. They are not even afraid. People are dying and somebody wants to. You see, the problem with taking such kind of money is that I'll have a blood money in my hand.
Yes.
It will affect me. I'll not feel comfortable wherever I'll be. Yeah. Every time I see the suffering, you know, I've traveled the entire country. I've gone everywhere, from Baragoi to Somalia, Moyale to Mandera, everywhere. I've been all over the country. And every time you go and highlight these issues, you talk to people, you know, there's a question that they pose to you. Mohamed Ali, what are you going to do? I am not the President of the Republic of Kenya. I am not the Member of Parliament. I am not the Senator. I am not a Governor. But I tell them, listen, they will kill you. But what I'm going to do is to pass over that information to the world, to know that there are some people who are living there and are being tortured every day. And they are suffering every day. And Kenyans need to listen, wake up and demand for those people to be assisted. And it works. Yeah.
When you do a story and they start threatening your life, they start telling you to takuua, you know, we're going to get you, we'll come after you. What do you do?
A man who tells you that he will kill you is a coward. A man who will want to kill you will never talk about it. If he does, he will talk with the guys who will do that thing, the killing itself, the operation itself. And that's how sometimes it leaks to us. Well, when I joined KTN in 2007, my first investigation story that I did with John Alanamu was the bigger one now, forget the other small, was the Track It story.
Yes.
And the guy knew that this is it. These guys are not going to keep quiet, because he gave us, first of all, a bribe of 1 million, of which we looked at the money and we thought, okay, for how long are women going to be raped in this country? Because this guy is pretending that he's putting some devices to track the car. And he's talking to these thugs, telling them that iyo gari haina, he doesn't have. So a woman will be carjacked, will be raped. And there's something that comes into your mind. What about the day my daughter will drive this car and the same thing happened to her? Then I'll blame myself, I'll regret, because I was there, I could have stopped it and I didn't stop it. That's what keeps us going. So when a man tells you that he's going to kill you, yeah, sometimes we take precaution. We hear, you've said it, you're going to kill us, fine, no problem, but we are going to take care of ourselves. I've been to exile many times, I've been to Germany, I've been to Norway. The bad thing is that you are running away for telling the truth, while the criminals are still here. The funny thing with Kenya, they don't look for the criminals on the street. Criminals are wearing suits nowadays. Yeah.
They look like you and me.
They even tell you how to run this country. They look like you and me, with money, with everything. but not good money, bad money, blood money.
Correct.
Yeah.
The most dangerous story you've ever done?
I'll look at two stories. All stories are dangerous, but I'll look at two stories. They call The Executioner and Paruanja Lamihadarati. You know, we had to travel all over Europe. We had to go to Netherlands, Belgium,
Yes.
Kenya, in Kenya, Mombasa, Malindi, and finding out that the government that you trusted all those years is the same government that is killing its own people in the name of fighting drugs. When I remember Erastus Kirui Chemorei, a GSU adjutant who was killed, sprayed 22 bullets on his body. He died as a soldier, dying with that key. Everybody wanted that key to access the drugs which were being stored at the GSU training school. When I look at such thing, when I look at the children of Chemorei, I look at the wife, and I look at the man who swore to protect Kenyans being called a criminal, a thug, by the same government, then I knew that there's something wrong with this country. There's something wrong with our government. When it tells you it's fighting drug dealers, it's fighting, you know, it's a bunch of lies. They are lying.
Yeah.
They are lying to the world. If they want to fight drug barons, if they want to fight the Al-Shabaabs, if they want to fight crime, they can do it. But they can't fight crime, they can't fight Al-Shabaab, they can't fight drug barons, because everybody has a cut out of it.
And that ship that was blown up in the sea, Moha, was that just for show, or?
Well, I don't believe in public relations stunts. It's just like this issue of Keter. All the attention was on Keter. People have forgotten the current issue, the current land, Langata. A story of Keter. Everybody, you know, it's a funny country. People keep on forgetting every day.
Correct.
Today we'll say about these 50 people are going to be killed today. We accept and move on. It's a very funny country. And Jeff, I miss the journalism of 2007, 2008. I miss you guys.
Yeah, we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
We dropped the ball.
I miss you because you guys were doing the real stories. 2007, 2008 when I joined KTN, you know, I used to do what we call other stories. You are there, I'm very sure you know. The story order, story number 1 until 18.
Yes.
After story number 18, other
Others.
stories.
Yeah.
So I used to do other stories.
You.
And I climbed to top. Why? It's because of hard work. If you look at journalism nowadays, and I don't mind if people are going to, my fellow journalists are going to crucify me. We are practicing what my good friend Linus Kakai used to say, a dormitory journalism. You just wake up, you know it's breakfast, you go out, you know it's lunch, you know, you go out again, you know it's, you know, you have to take coffee and then dinner, you sleep.
Yeah.
The president is here today, so the opposition is here, a certain governor is here, a certain senator is here. There is nothing about the country.
We don't dig in.
We don't dig in. It's simple nowadays. It's like all the media houses are state-owned media houses. Nobody is criticizing, nobody is talking, nobody is asking. People are dying, people are starving, people are suffering, but nobody is asking this hard question. Those who are willing to ask this hard question, those who are coming out, my colleagues, John Alan Namu, other colleagues from other media houses, those who are coming out are branded as Mujahideen. They are branded as Al-Shabaab. I'm an Al-Shabaab now. You're lucky I don't have a hand grenade. Now they are calling me Al-Shabaab because I am not ready. I can't do a PR story.
And you can't compromise.
I can't be compromised. And I won't agree if you're lying to us. You can't tell me that Kenyans are trapped at Westgate and you're telling me it's 18 people who are inside, terrorists, White Widow. You are giving me fake issues, the blankets are burning. And then I do the story to tell the world that, listen, there are only 4 people. And this is what is happening. KDF are looting. They are not protecting our people. And then you call me an Al-Shabaab. I'm not a patriot. Well, I don't want to be a patriot if being a patriot is to lie. I don't want to be a patriot.
No.
Because I'll always speak the truth. And the truth hurts. You keep on calling me names, I appreciate. At the end of the day, I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
And you're not going to stop?
Only God will stop me.
Oh, man. That's what Tupac said. What is it? Only God could, no, whatever, something. That's good stuff, man. I like that. I like that. I'm going to ask you this. We're going to take a commercial break, come back, Moha, and talk about, do you feel the burden that you are one? Somebody tweeted earlier on, I forgot the name, but they said, you are the last of the Mohicans. There's no one else. I mean, there's you, there's John Alnamo, and, you know, a couple of others, but you're the last of the Mohicans. Is that a burden on you? Huh? Hold that thought.
After the break.
And after the break.
Okay.
You the man?
You're the man.
Oh my goodness, today should have been Inspiration Thursday because Moha has come out, guns blazing. Where is that extinguisher? My goodness. This is what we need. This is what we've been missing. The missing link is Mohamed Ali, aka Jicho Pevu. He calls it like he sees it. I hope somebody out there is listening. At Moha Jicho Pevu, at Koinanga Jeff, hashtag Jicho Pevu. JKL takes a break. We'll be back literally in a minute.
Na sasa maafisa zaidi ya 70 miongoni mwao GSU na polisi wa kawaida wanaweza kuelekea katika mlima huu katika lengo la kusaka waasi hao na vile vile kuweza kusaka mwili wa jamaa mmoja wa polisi kutoka Astu almaarufu ni wale wanaojulikana kupambana na wezi wa mifugo, mwili ambaye hadi wa leo haijapatikana.
And that right there, welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the Intercontinental Hotel. That right there is Mohamed Ali of Jicho Pevu. That was a Baragoi scene, the scene of the killing of dozens of APs out there in that horrible basin they call the Basin of Death. He's fearless, he's gutsy, and he's the reason why we are watching television tonight. We're watching television when he airs his programs. We know he's credible. We know he's done his homework. We know that he's literally pushed the envelope. Moha, that scene there, my goodness, in Baragoi.
Yeah.
Was that scary?
Very scary. And I feel for the families, for the fallen soldiers. When I was there with my colleague Sophia Wanuna, it was a really tough experience, a painful one. We had to walk for 4 hours to climb Suguta Valley, climbing up and down, until we came to where the bodies were. If you look at the officers who were trying to fight, who were trying to defend us, they died like, I don't know, hyenas.
Yeah, like chickens.
Nobody was there for them.
And their bodies were out in the open for days, weren't they?
For days, yeah. They tried to call, asking for reinforcement. Nobody could listen to them. And even when I was going with the other officers who were deployed there, you know, the problem with our country is something bad happens, you send 1,000 officers. That's what I call show of uniform. The guys have killed, they have gone. You go there, instead of finding out or investigating, you torture the people who are there. It doesn't work like that. So when we went there, I couldn't believe what I'm seeing. You know, the police bosses are flying in with choppers, giving us, you know, saying that these people must be arrested, they must surrender. And I was shocked because they are talking about them surrendering guns. These people have killed 42 officers, and you're talking about surrendering guns. So that was a tough experience for me and myself. In fact, for Sophie, you know, she was the best during that that journey. Yeah. And I was talking to these police officers who are taking me to the crime scene, and they were really bored. People were even asking me, you know, some guys, I can leave this job and do another job. People don't care about them. You don't care about the normal police officers. You don't respect them.
Did you have flak jacket? Did you have bulletproof? Did you have helmets? Did you have the proper gear?
Yeah, we had, but the police didn't have. That was very sad. Wow. That we are having the protective gears and the police don't have. You are working with this police. He has been just moved from a station in Nairobi or Mombasa or Kisumu. You know, you can't even give them proper briefing, telling them that you are going to Baragoi. We need to arrest these people. You don't even give them a proper briefing. You just put them in a lorry and then you tell them to go. All of a sudden they are there with one trouser and one shirt. You expect them to stay there for like 1 month, 2 months. They don't have salary. They don't have food. We had to report for them to get something to eat. That day somebody texted me and said, Moha, asante sana, it's because of you leo tumekula mbuzi. Moha, asante. You know, you take bad food to them. You don't even care about them.
Moha, what is it about us? We glorify drug dealers, we glorify killers, we glorify thugs, and yet the people doing the work down in the trenches, we don't care about.
These are the people who should be well paid. The first thing that the government should do is to pay the police first of all, because it won't happen, it won't work. We shall be attacked every day, we shall be killed every day until you respect these people. Give them what they need. You can't pay a police officer 20,000 and you're paying a member of parliament 1 million. What does a member of parliament does?
Sad.
Nothing for us.
Yeah.
But the police are protecting you. If you're in trouble, you are calling them. So I think the problem with this country is, you know, people say it's politics. You know, sometimes it's not politics. I say that the problem with this country is one. People don't worship God. You can, if you argue with somebody today, he or she will produce a constitution and give you an act that says that this is my democratic right. But somebody cannot produce a Bible or a Quran to say that this chapter says this. I mean, the constitution should be the Bible. If you're a Christian, the constitution should be the Quran. You know, the 10 commandments: do not kill, love your neighbor the way you love yourself. Everything is there. But you'll see somebody giving you an act in the constitution and he can't give you a verse in the Bible or Quran. There is a big problem with this country. There is a big problem. And when somebody wants to vie for a certain position, a son of a poor man will never be given. Then we end up blaming ourselves once again and saying that he's serikali. We are the government, also serikali.
Do you, I asked you before the break, Moha, do you feel that this burden, you know, you keep pushing the envelope every time, and, you know, every story you and John do is better than the previous one? Do you feel that burden on your shoulders?
Yeah, there's a burden. You know, every time you do a good story, you must up your game. That is the problem now. And it takes us time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that burden, I mean, upping your game, one day it could backfire.
Let's hope not. But yes, it can backfire. They can set you up. They can do everything. But we are hoping for the best.
Do you feel like giving up sometimes, Moha? Do you feel like, you know what, forget this. This is too much for me now. I've had enough.
You know, mine is a call. John, Alanamu, Kasim, Sam, all of us, this is a call. We can't stop it. I can't stand when somebody is being killed, extrajudicial killing. Somebody is being arrested, taken to the police station, and all of a sudden, he's missing. After 1 month, you find the body in the forest. We can't stand that. We need to stop these people before they knock on our doors. If we don't do that, they will keep on knocking on every single door. And by that time, people will be like, oh, where is so-and-so? It will be too late. Yeah. So we need, sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm doing all these things for my country, my people, and they can't even appreciate for a second. I've been a Muslim, and I will die a Muslim. When I was doing Chamorai's story, I was a Muslim. When I was doing Track It story, I was a Muslim. When I was doing the drug story, I was a Muslim. When I was doing everything to do with extrajudicial killing, I was a Muslim. The next story that I'm doing, I'll still be a Muslim. That will never divide me. Because now, when we did the extrajudicial killing, they called the executioner story, we were really blamed. Look, what we are saying, fine, if Mohamed Ali is a criminal, arrest Mohamed Ali, take him to court. If the court found him guilty, let him be jailed or be charged. You can't kill every single suspect you see on the street. You can't. We must have respect for human rights. I mean, the President of the Republic of Kenya was a suspect at the ICC. Nobody shot him. Nobody called him names. He went to ICC, defended himself, and he was found not guilty. The Deputy President, the same thing. Why do you want to kill innocent people outside there because they are suspect? Let the law be equal to all of us. That is my worry. Yeah. And that's what we are trying to fight.
Moha, do you think, are things improving? Because, okay, when you did Westgate and we criticized the then CS for internal security, Ole Mattresses or whatever his name was, we've forgotten already, right? The replacement now, General Joseph Nkaiseri. Is that a good choice? Are we improving?
We are not improving. There are good police officers down there who have been serving this country for many years. Why should you be working if you just be sitting at the same place every day? There's no promotion, there's no recognition. Why? There are good officers outside there. They should be given those positions. Nkaisari has served in, he was a member of parliament, he was in the military. Give chance to other Kenyans. If you keep on giving us these old guards, then there's a problem. I mean, I'm not saying that Kaisari is a bad choice for Kenya, but things, you know, things are changing.
Yeah.
We are not in 80s. The crime is changing. Smart crime. You can't put an old man who does not understand the crime of 2005, 2005, and you are comparing with the 2000 and whatever. You know, 2000 and what, with the year we are in, yes. And you're comparing with the 2002. Or you cannot compare those crimes. It changes. It's like a trend. You know, those days people used to steal using maybe, you know, toy pistols or whatever. They didn't know how to deal with the CCTVs. Now they know what to do. They know how to deal with the askaris at the gate. They know everything. They know how to use drugs, chemicals to make sure that you are not aware of what is going on. Yeah. So I mean, this country should be left for the youth to take on. You know,
yeah, and
give
also,
them the positions.
Yeah, imagine, look, 77 Chinese being found in a home in Runda doing some kind of economic crime. I mean, allegedly.
Not far away from the CID headquarters.
Not far away. Can you imagine? And if there wasn't a fire in that house, none of us would have discovered this. How many others are out there? There
are many. But the good thing, the government knows.
You think they know?
They know. Wanakula bana pamoja. They know.
Serious?
Yeah, they know.
So the whole system is rotten?
It's a rotten system. And it needs to change. If you go to other countries, when I'm in Europe, sometimes there's the last time that we were together with Osarigo in Netherlands. You know, you go to the train station, it's on time. If it is 7, it's 7. You know, you see how the city is very clean. You see how people are behaving. When you are sick, how you are treated very quickly. And then you ask yourself, where did we go wrong? Yeah. What is the problem? We have everything, the resource, tourism attraction. We have everything here, the good weather. What is wrong with us? It's greed.
That's the bottom line.
It's greed. Jeff, I'm not proud being a Kenyan. I'm really not proud. The other day I went to take a passport for my daughter. She was 6 months old by then. We wanted to travel out, kidogo. We followed the process. The birth certificate, she was born here at Aga Khan. The birth certificate, everything. I produced mine, everything. The photocopies of ID, we signed their papers and everything. The procedure was followed, the pictures were taken. And I went to pay the fee. And after that, we went home. To emerge later that my daughter should be brought back for vetting. My daughter to be brought back for vetting. And I'm like telling my wife, wait a minute, vetting?
The 6-month-old?
6-month-old, she can't even talk. What type of vetting is this? So we went back. And I told my wife, don't talk to them. We are 22, let's go. We went back. Apparently in Nyayo House, there's a special corner for the other Kenyans. So I went there, my wife's stand came, and she went in.
Na umesimama tu hapo?
Mimi nimesimama hapo nikafuata ndani pia. And then I'm like, hey, Mohamed, unafanya nini hapa? And I said, no, I'm the father. I just want to see what you're going to ask her. Naambiwa vetting, I want to understand the vetting of a 6-month-old baby. Yes. Ati yo, no, si kwa ubaya, unajua tunataka kujua kama ni Mkenya. When I had her through osmosis. These are the people who are killing us every day.
And your countrymen.
And I'm a Kenyan. And you want to find out whether my son or daughter is a Kenyan. That's very sad. Do you want me to stop? I can't stop. It's happening to me. I must stop it from happening to the others. Thanks God they know me. That's why they
correct.
Enda nyumbani wacha mambo mingi tutanini kupatia passport ya mtoto. Imagine kama ni mtu mwingine from Mathare, Kibira, Canyon in Nakuru, Shabab from Nakuru. Ameenda anateswa hivyo. He keeps on going. It's your constitution right to have a passport, whether you are traveling or not. In fact, all Kenyans should have a passport.
And yet, you go through this.
I go through this. The other day, I took my sister, Memaliza Form 4, for an ID. Me, I was raised in Thika, I told you. Makongeni.
Yes.
And I'm taking my sister there for the ID. Amemaliza form 4. Then they are taking her through the process. Then another guy say, hii mtu ni Isiolo. Is it a crime to be born in Isiolo? Is it a crime to be born in Mandera? Is it a crime to be born in Garissa? Why do we have this funny paper on the wall that if you are from this area, you should be vetted? And you're a Kenyan. How does it feel? Well, for the National Intelligence Service, this is how to vet if you don't know. Let the people produce the birth certificate and everything. Yeah. You can vet that. Call Nairobi Hospital, call Kenyatta, call Pumwani, find out the registrar. Did we have the such and such a kid who was born there in this year, this time? They will tell you yes. As per our record, this is clear. That's the work of intelligence.
Simple.
Simple. Why do you harass people? People are busy. Wanatafuta pesa.
And that's why you said you're ashamed to be a Kenyan sometimes.
Sometimes if I come across people who are saying,
baada ya kuuawa kwa maafisa 42 wa kulinda usalama, hatimaye vikosi vya kulinda usalama vimeweza kuwasili katika mlima wa Suguta katika mojawapo ya operesheni ya kuwasaka waasi hao.
Now that is one brave and gutsy journalist, Mohamed Ali Jicho Pevu, deep in what they call the Valley of the Shadow of Death in Baragoy. It takes guts to do stories like that, and your tweets coming in thick and very fast. Let me just read a couple more, if you don't mind. Simon Gure says, Wazewa Nax Vegas have the right to have an ID. Good quote from Moha. Harshi and Asema, Ali looks angry, man. Somebody fire the CS for security and hire Moha. He will put them all in jail. Steve Mopao says, now that a 6-month-old toddler is in for vetting, the unborn will soon join suit. And then someone else tweeted in and they said, imagine a government of Mohamed Ali Jicho Pevu as president, Boniface Mwangi as DP, and John Alanamu as chief of staff.
And we give you defense.
Utampatia defense?
Unamaliza maneno.
Mimi?
Yeah.
Mambo kwisha.
Yeah, the government of the people, by the people.
Oh my.
That's it.
Oh my. Oh my. My God. Tupatie yako, man. You know, because I've given you mine. Tupatie yako ya.
Takriban. Hiyo ni sauti ya mshahara.
Tutachanga. You have a unique way of telling stories too. I mean, it's not just the gutsiness of you in the field, but the way you tell your stories. Yes, some people may think it's dramatic, but that is you, man.
Just believe me, I was watching you when you were with CNN, the Delta story.
Yes.
I was very young, and I was watching the way you are meeting these guys, you know, riding with a kabot huko katikati ya maji. You know, it was tense.
It was very tense.
Scary. Yeah. You don't know what will happen to you. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be a good cop, not a bad cop. But I tried. The government will not hire me because of money. They needed a bribe. I tried the military. I didn't have the money that they were asking for. I wanted to serve my country, to protect my people, my country. But apparently, those days you had to bribe to protect your people. And those people who get inside will never protect you. They'll have to recover their bribe. The culture will continue. So they never offered me a chance.
And that culture has not ended.
It has not ended.
Still the same.
Still the same.
So where are we going with this, Moha? Where is the hope?
The hope lies with us. The day we will decide, the day we will think, as I say, the son of a poor person, the daughter of a poor person will rule this country, is the day that we are going to have this change.
Is that going to be in our lifetime?
It will take time. Kenyans are funny. It will take time.
Yeah.
Jeff, people love you. The moment you step out of that door and say that I want to be the governor of Nairobi, utaona moto.
Mtapata kura mbili?
Hata mbili ni bahati. Utaona moto.
Moja yangu, moja ya wife.
Yeah, kwisha. That's it.
Sio ni mbili?
Yeah, na hata wife atapiga kama anafunga macho.
Atapiga 6 piece.
Yeah, Kenyans are, you know, I love this country sometimes. You know, Kenyans are very funny people.
Yeah.
They are pressed to the wall. Yes. They suffer. They starve to death. They don't get work. They are arrested every now and then. They are tortured. They are being killed every day. They will go through the same ballot.
in 2017.
To ask for more killings.
It's incredible, eh?
Very sad.
And the leaders we follow, we do that. I call them the Pied Pipers. I mean, Pied Pipers.
This is the problem of being an investigative journalist. You know, you end up being a human rights or an activist. You end up, because what I say is that an investigative journalist is always a human rights activist, because you see bad things happening to people every day. You can't keep quiet. You see children dying, see women being raped, nothing is done. You can't stop it.
And yet we go back to the ballot box and re-elect.
Same thing.
Moha, you're painting a very bleak.
I'm a bitter man today, very angry. I'm angry.
So what happens, for instance, you know, Wednesdays I like to talk politics a bit, so let me throw in a bit of politics. What happens in 2017 when, you know, the governorship of Nairobi is up? You know, Sonko, senator, is trying to outdo Kidero in any way. Unajua tasimama. He's going to stand for governor, let's face it. Will he be elected? Is that the kind of person we want?
They will elect him. Apparently I don't vote here in Nairobi, so they will elect him.
You're from Isiolo?
In Kenya, you know, I'm not saying Sonko is a very bad person. He's trying to do what he can. Sonko is all about the votes. He will do all these stuffs to make sure that his people are okay, to get the votes.
And they'll vote for him.
But we can't run this country. You know, we can't have a parallel government. This is not Colombia. That you come up with some bodyguards showing off, you know, with the rifles. Even the president is not protected with those things. And we still keep quiet and we say accept and move on. No, you cannot create another parallel government. And I'm not saying that Sonko is trying to do that. We can see.
And we allow it, Moha.
And we allow it. Tomorrow another person will just come here with his guns in the street and he wants also to be like Sonko. Yeah. Let everybody follow the law. So the problem is with us.
And then we glorify people like this Kobia guy.
Yeah.
We glorify Kiter. We glorify all these noisemakers. Why?
That's when we were starting this interview, that's why I told you that there are men who want to be God. Apparently, because you've divided and now you are ruling, divide and rule is a system. People are starving, jobless. They will kneel down for you. They will kneel down for you.
Yeah. We are that desperate.
That desperate. I'm telling you, if you go to some places, somebody is surviving on a 20 bob or 10 bob per day, and you'll have the change back. There are some people who are due at a breakfast in Nini. They just take lunch and they forget supper. And what they take, you can't even take.
No.
And we are still saying that we are proud to be Kenya. When the national anthem in Aimbwa, everybody stands in one line and say, you know, we are Kenyans. Our brothers and sisters are suffering down there. You are happy, you don't know what is happening to others. The middle class are taking their children to nice school, they are driving, you don't care about the others. And when you see it on TV, you say, oh my God, are we in Kenya? Yes, we've been in Kenya.
Yeah.
And the court also should look for a way. You can't tell me it's a blind court. It can't be blind for 50 years since independence. The court should look for a way to deal with some cases. Because most of the people who are brought there are very innocent.
And they've spent so many months in remand.
Yeah.
Wengi sana.
Wengi sana. A rich man cannot spend months in remand.
No.
Even police cell, he can't even stay for an hour. Na hata akikaa atakaa kwa ofisi ya OCS.
Kwa hiyo sofa yake.
Yes, akisoma gazeti wakiongoja mambo yake imalizwe. You can't do that to your own people and you expect them to respect you. We've seen bloggers, and bloggers are becoming powerful than journalists.
Yeah.
It's because we are afraid. We are singing their own song. We can't tell the world the truth. We can't tell Kenyans the truth. Everybody has an interest, but we have the interest of the country at heart. That's why we are doing what we are doing. So I think it should stop. Let us set the agenda like before. People are asking what is wrong with the country. You go to some places. I receive a lot of cases more than police officers, a police station. Every day in the office, Namu ana file yake, envelopes, emails, Facebook, inbox. Everybody is complaining. I have mine. Kasi makona yake. The cameraman also is now burdened. He's receiving messages on our behalf.
And you are just one team.
Just one team.
And we have a whole force.
We have a whole force.
Ledama Olekina says, I fully support Mohan. Kaizeri was a bad choice. We need to give young people a chance to lead this country. Good job, Mohan. Zach Kinodia says, good one. There is smoke in the passport section. My passport took 23 days. My friend, a lady, was given in 3 days of application. Good expose. Nikubayoko. Ata see passport peke, ata ID, eh?
Kila mahali.
Huh?
It's everywhere.
ID alone.
It's everywhere. Even if you're arrested on the street, they are taking you to the police station, you'll think that you're in a military camp. Somebody is shouting, wewe simama huko! You know, you've come to report a crime. You've been robbed, you've been mugged, you've been attacked. You are coming to report. But somebody is shouting, you're even scared to go to the police station. Unanyongwa ikona, you just say Mungu yuko. God has been there. But the country, the government does not defend you.
And we can't run on this forever, Mohan.
We can't. There is a problem in future. There is a big problem. You see how the wave is coming all over.
Yeah.
People are not happy with the leadership. People, look at Egypt, look at Tunisia, look at, it's happening. Look at Libya, it's happening all over the world.
Yeah.
We must change. We must listen to our own people.
And not blame others.
I want, when I go on retirement, I'm relaxing.
Don't retire, by the way, don't retire.
Nasoma gazeti
we'll see in the retirement.
I don't expect my daughter to call me or my son and say, oh, you know, Dad, I don't have a passport. They are still moving me up and down. I don't want that system.
Yeah.
I want to see a good life, not only for my daughter or my son, for the rest of the Kenyans. It's not my story, Jeff. It's their story. I've never, you know, the bad thing of being a journalist, very bad. First of all, you'll always tell other people's story. You'll always do that.
Yeah.
But nobody is telling your story. People don't know how you're sleeping, what you're going through, the suffering that you're going through. They don't know. They think you're a Rambo, ninja.
Yeah.
You can't even go to the hospital. Sometimes you are very sick, you're going to the hospital, and the doctor is like, "Well, hope kuja kutuchunguza hapa," and you are dying. So that's sad.
Yes.
That is sad.
You've gone for a checkup.
Yeah, it's very sad. We suffer, but we keep quiet.
And when politicians see you, do they cross the street? Do they?
First of all, I don't do politics in my career. I only do politics during the election because all the desks are disbanded. You know, sports, business. Everybody will come together and everybody will be deployed to a different part of the country. That's when I do politics. It's just the recently that I did the story. Last year I did the story of the election, the Goodwill Uchaguzi and 50+1 with John Allen.
That was very good.
And I was branded again. Oh, we need to accord ODM. I mean, we can't do something in this country unless, you know, you say something, you're branded. You criticize somebody, you're branded. I'm criticized every day and I don't brand people.
You're damned if you do.
Critics makes me strong.
Yeah, they say you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Taliban.
Eluz T says, if everyone could think like Moha Jicho Pevu, this country would reach far. Wamboi Waithaka says, Moha has come straight for our souls. Hope we are listening. This is Kenya. This has been Kenya.
And it will be Kenya until we change it, Jeff. Till we change it. I mean, I'm tired of covering bloody things every day. Sometimes you see somebody criticizing you and telling you, when you do bad stories. I don't do PR. I do crime and investigation. There's no sweet love in crime. It's always bad thing. People doing bad things to other people.
Yeah.
And why are we different? We are different because we are doing the three sides of the story. You know, in class you are told, when you are doing the story, be objective. You listen to point A and point B, listen to what they are going to say, the right of reply. It's no longer that way.
Yeah.
It should be the three sides of the story. Your side, my side, and then the truth.
Correct. Tell me something. Some of the stories you've done, let's say, for instance, on Al-Shabaab, Have they ever approached you in any way? Any of their spokesmen, any of their people? Have they approached you and said anything?
They can't approach you. Jeff, if you want a story, it's you to approach them. You've spoken to those guys from rebels.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't call you a Nigerian rebel because you've spoken to them. I speak to Al-Shabaab, I speak to criminals, I speak to prostitutes, I speak to the dead, and I'm going to speak to every single Kenyan. If speaking to a prostitute makes me a prostitute, fine. If speaking to a terrorist makes me become a terrorist, fine. If speaking to a politician makes me have a political angle, that's fine. I mean, you can't stop speaking to people. We speak to the dead. Somebody who has been murdered 20 years ago. We connect the dot of intelligence and find out this person was murdered by so-and-so who is still alive, serving in government. We speak to the dead.
Yeah. You think Al-Shabaab attacks will stop?
God forbids. But with the system that we are having, not respecting the police, not giving them what they need, the weaponry, it will be difficult to deal with these people if we are not going to respect our police officers.
Should we withdraw from Somalia, our troops?
If you ask me, I'll say yes. What are we doing there? There's nothing we are doing. If the Americans go to Iraq or Afghanistan, they have a reason why they are going there. If they go to Iraq, they want oil. Or they want a training ground somewhere. Why are we there? There's nothing we are getting out of Somalia. No business. Uganda is doing something which is right for them. Uganda Airlines is flying there. They are making a kill out of it. Uganda is a landlocked country. They are trying to see if they can get a port. Ethiopia has the same thing, the same reason. Have you ever seen Kenya Airways flying to Somalia? There's nothing for us in Somalia. Why are we fighting the war which is not ours? Why are we bringing trouble to our people? Why can't we safeguard? Why can't we put our military on the border to protect us? Why should people be massacred and butchered at the quarry in Mandera? Why should people be killed in Mpeketoni? Why Westgate? Some few, is it a kilometer or what from State House? Why? Why can't we have our boys back to protect us? Are we getting anything out from Somalia? No. There's nothing we are trading there.
I hope somebody's listening to you, Moha, because I sure am. I'm listening.
It's very sad, Jeff. Westgate, 64 people.
That's what they tell us. It could have been more.
It could have been more. 64. Let's go with the record that they're saying. 64.
Fine.
Killed. Others have been injured, maimed, Let's go to Mpeketoni. 94.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mandera. 150 plus.
Correct.
Let's go to Kapedo. Let's go to Baragoi. For how long are we going to see our people die? Why does it take somebody to react after how many hours? People have been attacked midnight till morning. When I see police saying that they are using choppers to, for surveillance, I keep on laughing every day. You are using a chopper which is not mounted with a gun. So if you see a criminal, what are you going to do? You have a chopper, what are you going to do? It's not mounted with a gun, you can't attack that person, what are you going to do? You can't, the communication is very poor, you can't even communicate. What are you going to do with a chopper? It's very old. The government should stop lying to its people. It should stop. It should invest in security for us to live peacefully.
And Kenyans need to speak out more, don't they?
Yeah, and they are doing that. Thanks to KOT.
KOT, hey, wako active.
Wako active sana. They are good people. Good people.
Yeah.
People are released because of KOT.
Correct.
If they do something bad to you, KOT
work on Twitter. Work on Facebook.
Kelele mpaka. The Langata.
Yes.
The country that has reached to you are tear gassing your children, your own children, the future of this country.
Shame.
It's a shame. Then we go round.
Yeah.
The private developer. We can't name.
Can't even name him, and we all know who it is.
We all know who it is. I mean, I can't do all the stories.
No.
I cannot do, the entire bulletin myself every day.
Yeah.
I'm busy with crime investigation. So you can't expect a Moata to be in tomorrow's bulletin. No. It's the responsibilities of others to tell us who is this person.
Yeah.
If it's a hotel, a company, whatever, it's registered. Go and find out. If there is somebody who has been given that position as a nominee, you tell us this is a nominee, the other person is the owner.
Yeah.
Stop beating around the bush.
So who's the owner?
The owner of what? Weston.
Weston.
Weston. It's Ruto. Google.
And
piga Google sai, it's Ruto.
Ni yake?
Yeah.
Na hiyo parking?
Ni ya hiyo tu. Ni ya nani? We must fear God, bana. Yeah.
Nobody else.
Nobody else. Go to Google. Google will never lie to you. And if you want to see Google, because Google inasema Western Hotel belongs to so and so.
Yeah. Hiyo ni disclaimer Moha. Unajua.
Okay, in fact,
wacha niweke hiyo disclaimer.
Kama unaogopa kusema, just say according to Google.
We give Google the credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's something coming out. Yeah, fine.
Will there be more of this? Should there be more of this? Citizens standing up, you know, like people like Irungu Houghton and Boniface Mwangi and all those guys standing up to expose greedy private developers like they did in Langata.
It's working, and that's where we are heading. It's really working. There's no power like people's power.
What are you working on right now?
Well, we don't kiss and tell. But we're working on something.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Is it big?
After some few months, maybe we'll have it. It's big.
You know,
powerful.
Takriban.
It's good. But wanjas.
Really?
Yeah.
When can we expect that?
If things goes well, April or March.
Really?
Yeah.
Those drug lords you exposed a while back, any of them come back? Any of them come back and said, you know, we're going to kill you?
Jeff, talking of the drug lords, the government will always say that the drug barons, we are giving you a stern warning. When you are giving a stern warning to Ukuta every day, if you know them, flush them out. But you can't flush them out because they are in the system. You remember when we were doing Paruwanja la Mihadarati, we talked to Chris Morongaru.
That's right.
We using our private, the hidden camera, we talked to him and he talked a lot of things. You know, talking about the system, the brotherhood. Everybody watched that thing. Yeah, so it's like a brotherhood. It's the system itself. You cannot fight it. Somebody has an interest in it. And if you hear it's somebody, then you are afraid to do it because you know that person is powerful than you. It's just like Charity Ngilu telling us that she will name and resign.
Yeah.
Okay, she's named. Why didn't she resign?
Because it wasn't the right name.
It wasn't the right name. That's it.
Na sasa tuna media laws, easy security laws or media laws. You can't record anyone without their permission. I mean, what is that going to do with...
We will follow the God laws. We don't follow the man-made laws. We follow God laws. I mean, you want me to tell you that this is what I have, the government is corrupt, look at this video, and you'll approve it to go on air.
Yeah.
Nobody is talking about it. Even the medias are not talking about the security laws. Because as Gado puts it, kila mtu anapigiwa guitar, which is very bad. We are not talking about it. This security law is not about Mohamed Ali. It's not about Jeff Koinange. It's not about KTN. It's not about Nation. It's not about Citizen TV, K24, KBC. It will never be. It's about us. Yeah. If you are arrested today in the street of Nairobi, they will detain you in a police station for 365 days without taking you to court. It's about you. It's not about Mohamed Ali. If they arrest me today in the street of Nairobi, they can hold me for 365 days in a police cell. Leo naeko Nairobi Central, kesho napeleko Machakos, kesho kutwa Mombasa, another day I'm taken to Kisumu. I'll be moved around. My family will never see me. Is that the law that we want? You see somebody saying that, hii security law iwekwe, hao media wamezidi. Sio media, it's all of us.
Ni sisi.
Ni sisi. There was a lady who was abusing me every day. You know, I don't report people. Why should I report? I mean, mimi si mtoto wa tajiri, no action will be taken. So I don't report. There's a lady who was abusing me every day. We Al-Shabaab, rudi kwenyu, Somali wewe. Unadhani hapa nchi ni ya whatever. Yeah? I've never answered her. And one day she inboxed me, apologizing. After the apology, she's telling me her brother is missing.
Umsaidie?
Nimsaidie. She's been abusing me for all those years. Kenyan police do not kill people. There is no extrajudicial killing. You are lying. You are an Al-Shabaab. So her door was knocked on. The brother was taken away and he's missing. And now she's telling me my brother is missing. Please help me.
Poetic
and I
justice.
told her I'm an Al-Shabaab, but I'll help you.
Utamsaidia?
Yeah, because Watu wanakufa, Jeff. People are dying.
Yes.
People, you know, people are missing every day.
Well, we literally have a couple of minutes left. Look at that camera there. And, you know, Kenyans have been listening to you for the last hour or so. Give them a parting shot. Give them some hope at least to end the evening with. Go ahead.
For Kenyans, my message is that the change is in your hands. You need to take action. You need to stand up and fight for what is yours. This is our country. There's nobody else who is going to come from outside to defend us. We need to wake up and defend ourselves to make this country a beautiful and a good country for all of us. And to all the people who are watching right now, mimi nasema asante sana, thank you. Mimi sio mimi bila nyinyi. I love you big time. Thank you for being there for me.
We love you too, bro. Keep doing what you do.
Asante.
You know, Abdul Haq, you know, famous DJ, when you were growing up, you were probably very young. He used to say the words, keep on keeping on.
Which year was that?
What's the title of your book?
We'll talk about that.
No,
Jeff.
come on, give us a tease.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Moha.
that. We'll talk about
Oh
that.
my Moha.
Soon. Mambo ikienda mzuri tutamaliza.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you do, man. I mean,
Thanks,
we need people like you. You make a difference. Believe it or not. If nobody's ever told you, I'm telling you right now on national TV, you make a difference. Keep doing it.
Appreciate it. My boys too. John Alanamu,
And
Kasim Mohammed, Sam,
yes.
and the team.
Yeah.
Joe Ageo, the team that oversees the entire thing. Good people.
A plus. A little bit of advice that I always tell young folks like you, because you're only 32. I'm a little older than you are. And I always say this every time I watch your piece. And it's fantastic and I applaud you and everything. But I always say, no story is worth dying for.
True.
That's my 2 bits, my brother.
Noted.
Modwanyoba.
Modwanyoba.
Asante. Mohamed Moha Ali, aka Jicho Pevu. What a guest. What a man. He is no doubt the journalist's journalist, telling the truth like it is without fear or favor. And he says the bottom line, it's up to you. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? Listen up. Spread the word. Moha has spoken. Tomorrow night, we've got another great show for you. Being Inspiration Thursday, we're going to inspire some young entrepreneurs. There's the Sandkalp Awards, and we got the award winner tomorrow night, as well as the organizers of this amazing event, which is making young people very rich and giving them great ideas. Tomorrow night, right here, JKL, 10 p.m. only. Kenya's television network, KTN. Thanks so much for watching. Couldn't read all your tweets, but keep tweeting at Moha Jicho Pevu, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is simply Jicho Pevu. Thanks for watching. Good night. Good luck.
Watu wakalale.
Bas. Waende sasa.
Waende sasa. That me mazeni mechoka kuwa Mkenya. I feel them. And when you tell me when are you going to stop, I won't stop. Because if I stop, this problem will continue. My job with John Alanamu, Kasim and Guru is name, shame. Apparently we can't jail. So we will name and shame.
Each time.
Yeah.
And you'll continue.
The day we'll have the power to jail, tutafurahi sana. Tutaweka watu wengi ndani. We are tired.
Mutaweka.
Ndani.
Bila kuogopa.
With the facts. Na evidence.
Yeah.
Ndani.
I don't know where you get the guts from, man, because you know, it can get to you sometimes. Like you say, you know, your little 6-month-old, it can get to you sometimes.
It's very sad, Jeff. Very sad.
Can we change?
Yes, we can if you want, but we don't want, because there is a big, you know, we are being surrounded by a big rainbow of tribalism. You say something, unasikia huyu ni chama hii. You say something, unasikia huyu ni chama hii, huyu ni kabila hii. This thing must, I don't know.
It'll destroy us.
It will destroy us. It will finish us.
Yeah.
You are looking at me all those days. Moha was a good person. Moha is a great guy. But when I did the Westgate story, when I did the call, the executioner, all of a sudden I'm Al-Shabaab. Some guys are even telling you wewe enda Somalia bana, unafanya nini hapa?
Wanakwambia hivyo?
Yeah.
Come on. And yet they can't even go and do half what you do.
They can't even go to Juja, wacha Somalia.
Bas.
Yeah.
Hapa Juja.
Hapa Juja tu kwetu hawezi enda.
Have you ever spent the night in jail?
Kiasi. Yes. When I was a kid, kidogo.
Reason? Why?
They will read about it one day.
Are you writing a book?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
When is it out?
Time will tell.
Serious?
Yeah.
Is it as good as mine?
Yours is good, man.
Listen, I want to take another break, come back. My goodness, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say, but let's look for some hope in this hopelessness. Like you say, the system is so rotten, but can it change? Can we make this a better Kenya? Can we do that? Let's take a break. Rescue team! Because the fire extinguisher just can't do this one. Moha is coming out. Guns blazing. His Twitter handle is @Mohamed Ali Jicho Pevu. Mine is @Konanga Jeff. I promise we will read your tweets when we come back. It's just that the show has been JKL takes a break. We'll be back in more.